All right, man. Kevin Durant has made a massive mistake. Now, before I get into every reason why, I just want to say that this thing is obviously not over and there's a lot to be determined in the near future. I'm specifically talking about right now and the extreme uncertain future of the Nets, and most importantly, the two other stars not named Kevin Durant. Right now, KD is out with a knee injury, and just to put it simple, the Brooklyn Nets are falling completely apart. Steve Nash has to actually coach that meme where he's hugging Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is saving everything. He can't rely on that, and he looks way in over his head at times. Kyrie Irving, he has many spurts where he looks like Kyrie Irving, but for obvious reasons, you can't depend on that. And James Harden, pretty much the reason why I'm making this video, he just looks like he's completely checked out of Brooklyn, and reports say that he has, but obviously we don't know if that's true or not. Last night, they just got embarrassed by the Sacramento Kings, one of the worst teams in the league, even with their best player, but they somehow lost even without De'Aaron Fox, and it was just ugly. James Harden, he's been so loose with the ball, so careless with the ball, adding 6 more turnovers to his turnover average that he's leading the league with right now. And the Nets, they just lost their 6th straight game. Now, let's get into the reason why I believe Kevin Durant may have made a massive mistake. Let's start with pretty much an overview of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving's tenure with the Brooklyn Nets when they joined nearly 3 years ago. The first season, Kevin Durant misses the entire year recovering from his Achilles injury, and Kyrie Irving plays briefly and puts up great numbers, but the team is actually better without him, kind of a narrative that's followed him for the duration of his career. That season, they made the playoffs. Nobody really played. That was a throwaway year. Nobody really cared about that, so we can just move on past that. Then last year, they traded away what's proven to be extremely valuable pieces with Jared Allen, who's literally starring in the exact role Brooklyn would die for right now, a damn rim protector, and Karis LeVert, who, if anything else, he's just a low maintenance bucket. Like, he's just going to get you a bucket. You traded away those key players with Taurean Prince and other assets. You traded all that away for James Harden. Now, obviously, that was 1,000% the right move. Like, you had Kevin Durant on your team, Kyrie Irving. You were in an obvious win-now situation. That was the obvious move. It's just aging horribly. Last year, after barely even playing any games together with the Big Three, you kind of throw this thing together in the playoffs, and the overwhelming talent they had mixed with the Celtics not even having Jaylen Brown on their team, that allowed them to just bully Boston, and they look great. But then they see Milwaukee, and literally like 10 to 20 seconds into the game, something I've never seen happen in life happens. James Harden just walks out and goes to the tunnel, and he misses the next 4 games. Even with that happening, the duo of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the talent is still so lethal. You still get out to a 2-0 lead on the Bucks, and eventually it's 2-1, and in game 4, Kyrie Irving gets hurt, and you never see him again. Now, Kevin Durant is pretty much reliving the entire Cleveland career of LeBron James, trying to battle this well put together ass team in Milwaukee with a hobbled ass Harden, no Kyrie Irving, and a bunch of extras. And he puts together 3 of the greatest games of all time in game 5, 6, and 7. He averaged this, and it just wasn't enough. He came so damn close, but it just wasn't enough. Something we never thought we would say with this big 3 put together, but they were never there. Now, let's look at it this year. Bro, up until Kevin Durant got injured, I had him as my MVP, and most of it is because of where he had the Nets at and why they were even there. It was all Kevin Durant. Yes, you can't add a sprinkle of Patty Mills. I ain't gonna lie. Patty Mills has been big for him, in clutch moments. So I ain't gonna lie. It hasn't been all KD because Patty has been a godsend. But James Harden, the quote-unquote star, for the majority of the season, he's been a shell of himself. Lowest points per game of his career since he's been a starter. Very lackadaisical on defense. Very lethargic energy just in general, especially as of late. And very loose with the ball. Like, right now, I know we all talk about Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook has 2 more turnovers than James Harden, and he's played 8 more games. If you look at the rate that they're turning the ball over, James Harden is leading the league in turnovers with 4.8, damn near 5 turnovers a game. Yes, James Harden is dealing. He's averaging 10.2 assists, but we have to keep the same energy. We can't say Russell Westbrook's 10 assists in the past don't count because he's averaging 5 turnovers, and James Harden is doing the exact same thing. And the Brooklyn Nets right now, they're at the bottom damn near with opponent points off of turnovers, and most of those are coming off the hands of who? James Harden. Oh, And after this season, James Harden is going to be a free agent. Like, he's going to opt out this contract and he's going to test the market as he should. I'm not even mad at him for that. Do you know, as long as he's been in this league, he's never even been a free agent. He's always been traded. So he's going to test the market and see what he's worth as he should. And I don't know if he's going to be loyal to Kevin Durant, and especially not no damn Kyrie Irving. If he does decide to leave, which I don't think is off the table. I think they even said he's unhappy with Brooklyn with the weather. He doesn't like the weather. He's an LA dude. He's living in Brooklyn where it's cold as hell right now. I don't know if he's staying in Brooklyn. And if he does leave, where does that leave Kevin Durant? It leaves him absolutely stuck. This man contractually will be on Brooklyn until 2026, pretty much by himself. Nobody else has that long-term deal. So Kyrie Irving, after this year, he's going to be able to opt out this contract. And who says with the vaccination status and you having to be vaccinated to play home games, who says he doesn't leave? And bro, let's talk about Kyrie Irving really quickly, because I know we're all happy he's back and we're happy to be watching Kyrie Irving. He has a beautiful game, and every single time I watch him, I'm very appreciative of watching his game. But we know there's a fat ass elephant in the room with the Brooklyn Nets. He can't play home games. So even if they do win and get home court advantage and things of that nature, he's literally a detriment to his team because he can't play. They're not beating any contender in the East without Kyrie. I'm sorry, it's just not enough. And where does that leave Kevin Durant in his prime? Stuck. Last week, I was watching Draymond Green on the JJ Redick podcast, and they were talking about Kevin Durant's decision to join Golden State in 2016. By the way, if you haven't seen that podcast in its entirety, I highly recommend all hoop fans go watch that, man. Like, it's very insightful and it gives some very specific details to intriguing stories that I feel like we always wanted to know. But I was watching Draymond Green talk about Kevin Durant's decision, and he pretty much said KD didn't care about all the outside noise. He didn't care about all the hoopla and all the other things outside of basketball. He just wanted to play winning basketball in a winning culture, and that's why he picked Golden State. Makes perfect sense to me. Golden State provided Kevin Durant just that. I know we didn't like him. Trust me, I didn't like him either. I'm a lot happier that it's parity in the NBA. I get all that, but I'm talking for Kevin Durant's sake, like specifically. That's exactly what they gave him. Not all these personalities, not all these moody, inconsistent moves and all this other stuff outside of basketball. It was just about winning. As I said earlier, Kevin Durant has been gone since January 15th, and as of recently, they're on a 6-game losing streak. This year, the Brooklyn Nets are 5-10 when Kevin Durant doesn't play. Bro, in Golden State, his first year there, they went 16-4 without Kevin Durant and won like 10, 11 straight games without him. His tenure there, they went like 28-10 without Kevin Durant playing games, meaning they established such a winning culture and everybody bought into the system, and they weren't just predicated on one man's existence. I completely understand exactly why Kevin Durant left Golden State. He wanted to create his own legacy, and he didn't want to be known as the guy that just joined Golden State and had to join Golden State to win. But it's almost like he got hit with a little bit of karma where it's like, okay, well, you wanted to be the guy. We're going to make your ass the only guy. When I just look at the Brooklyn Nets and I think about James Harden's contract status, James Harden allegedly not being the happiest living in Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving's contract status, Kyrie Irving's vaccination status, Steve Nash not looking like the most competent coach. It just looks like it's so many variables going on in Brooklyn, and Kevin Durant is literally the only stable, consistent thing going on up until 2026. And I just hate it for him, bro. Right now, it looks like he made the wrong decision, bro. I'm sorry. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like this video. Matter of fact, if you made it this far, comment if you're kind of liking this new style, because I just kind of want to freestyle and give you guys what I'm thinking, just to give you guys more content, because it's easier this way. I'm gonna still give you guys other styles of content as well, my old style, whatever, but this style, it's a lot more easier to push out content for you guys, as you guys ask for a lot. So if you're liking it, make sure you guys comment, subscribe if you're new, like the video if you like the video, follow my social media sites, turn on post notifications, do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned.